What if the universe isn't just a collection of stuff? What if it's actually a process, a kind of cosmic computation? What if it's the answer to a question we've never even thought to ask? Today, we are diving into a really fascinating theory that completely reframes the entire cosmos. And believe me, it all starts with one single powerful idea.
This sentence right here, this is the key. This is the central idea that's going to unlock everything else we talk about. The theory basically suggests that the fundamental purpose of reality is to take this infinite ocean of possibilities, all the things that could be, and condense it, boil it down into the single, tangible, ordered reality we experience every single day.
So the core of this whole thing is that the universe is a process of turning a universe of questions into a universe with one single answer. Think about it like a computer solving an impossibly complex problem. The starting point is this state of infinite potential, a realm of pure information where every possible outcome exists all at once. And the end point? Well, that's us. That's our reality.
Now, this idea actually helps solve a huge mystery in physics. On one hand, right, the laws of the universe, like gravity, seem totally deterministic. They're predictable. But then you look at the quantum level, and everything seems to be governed by pure chance and probability. This theory resolves that tension. It suggests the underlying machine, the universe, it follows precise rules, but the whole system is just so complex that the individual outcomes can only really be predicted as probabilities.
So, is this just a neat philosophical trick, a cool thought experiment, or is there some actual physics behind it? Is there a real physical mechanism, a kind of cosmic hardware and software that is actively doing this, performing this act of conciseness? The theory says yes, there absolutely is. And this, my friends, is where things get really wild. All right, let's start with the hardware. In this model, space itself isn't some empty box that things just exist inside of. No. Instead, the three dimensions of space we live in are actively generated by the vibration of 6 fundamental strings. Get this, these strings don't vibrate in space. Their vibration is space. So how on earth does that work? Well, think of it musically. It's amazing. The theory proposes that the 3 dimensions of space are literally built from the 3 most stable harmonic intervals in music. The x-axis is defined by strings vibrating in unison, a perfect 1-to-1 ratio. The y-axis emerges from the perfect fifth, and the z-axis from the perfect octave. It's just an astonishing idea. Our entire 3D reality might be constructed from the mathematical perfection of musical harmony. But okay, if these vibrating strings are the hardware of reality, they've got to be running some kind of software, right? Well, according to this theory, they are. And that software is a single, elegant master equation that governs every single interaction in the universe. And here it is. This is supposedly the code that runs the cosmos. Now, don't worry about all the symbols and the math here. The crucial point is what it does. It connects 3 huge things: the geometry of space, the amount of uncertainty or chaos in a system, and the amount of information or order. It's the universal law that links all of them together.
So the most important takeaway is this. Einstein taught us that mass and energy curve spacetime. This theory goes a giant step further. It says that information itself curves spacetime. A region of space that's highly ordered and structured, like a crystal or a living cell, will have a fundamentally different local geometry than a region of pure chaos. So order and information aren't just properties in the universe, they are actively shaping the universe. Okay, I know what you're thinking. This is a beautiful idea, sounds great, but does it actually work? Can it make real predictions about the world that we can check? And the answer is a resounding yes. This isn't just a theory, it is a predictive engine that has been tested against real-world, high-energy experimental data.
This is just incredible. Researchers ran simulations based on that master equation to predict what would happen when you smash protons together at nearly the speed of light inside the Large Hadron Collider. This table right here, it compares the theory's predictions for how often certain particles should be created against the actual measured data from CERN. And the accuracy, it's just staggering.
Look at this. The results are stunningly accurate. For the rarest and most fundamental particles we know of, like the top quark and the Higgs boson, the theory's predictions land squarely within the real-world experimental error margins. We're talking 99.8% accuracy or higher. In physics, that is the kind of agreement that makes everyone sit up and pay very close attention.
But the theory's predictive power doesn't just stop at the smallest scales. It also gives us a more accurate picture of the largest structures in the cosmos. It correctly predicts features in the cosmic microwave background, that faint afterglow of the Big Bang, matching the real history of our universe.
So let's bring it all back home. We've seen the big philosophical idea, and we've seen the physical engine, those 6 strings and the master equation that actually drives it. Now we can finally understand the universe as an answer. The universe is a giant computer, running on harmonic hardware and informational software, all to solve one single, impossibly difficult problem.
And this all connects beautifully through a concept from computer science, P versus NP. An NP problem has a mind-boggling number of potential solutions, just like the infinite potential of the early universe. A P problem, on the other hand, has a single solution that's easy to verify, just like the reality we see around us. This theory proposes that the universe itself is an algorithm. Time, governed by the master equation, searches through all the possibilities and collapses them into the one verifiable answer. The hardware and software we saw, they aren't just metaphors. They are the physical mechanism that is literally performing this act of conciseness.
And this leaves us with one final profound thought to chew on. If the entire 13.8 billion-year history of our cosmos has been one long computation, a process of condensing infinite complexity into a single, finite, ordered form, it begs the ultimate question: what was the problem it was trying to solve in the first place?